Week 6 prediction. So you got your first game, Jaguars versus Dolphins. Well, both of them are not doing good. Dolphins have lost 4 in a row. Jaguars are in like a 20 losing streak. This game is going to be in London, so it's going to be tough. I believe this is going to be a very ugly game. Tua's coming back, and I think the team will be more energized if he comes back. So I have the Dolphins winning. Texans versus Colts. Texans did actually well against the Patriots and had a big lead before they lost it. Colts play on Monday night, and I haven't seen them yet. Colts are just a much better team with much more talent that's had hard opponents so far, so I have the Colts winning. And you have the Chargers versus the Ravens. Chargers in a super exciting game versus the Browns. Justin Herbert looks great. Ravens play on Monday night. Ravens are really injured right now, and Chargers right now they're a better team, but I think Ravens have a home field advantage and Lamar Jackson running it. So I have the Ravens winning. Then you got the Raiders versus Broncos, both on 2 losing streaks after starting off 3-0. These are divisional opponents. It's a big game right here, and this one could go either way. Teddy Bridgewater, he played versus Steelers, did okay. Raiders didn't do great against the Bears, and I have the Broncos winning because of their home field advantage. Then you got the Bills versus the Titans. Bills are currently playing against the Chiefs. The Titans beat the Jacksonville. Titans have looked good at points in the season, have looked terrible in other times. The Bills are hot right now, so I have the Bills winning. Look at the Chiefs versus the football team. Football team's defense has failed, did not live up to those expectations. Chiefs defense has also been terrible. Chiefs offense is much better, so I have the Chiefs winning. Then you have the Bengals versus Lions. Lions lost to another game-winning field goal. And the Bengals have surprised so far this season. Their offensive line looks much better, and the defense is okay. They went to overtime against the Packers, lost though, and the Lions they're getting teams close, but they haven't been able to win, and the Bengals have, so the Bengals winning. Then you got the Cardinals versus the Browns. Browns lost in a very close game versus the Chargers. Their offense was great. Their defense wasn't though, which was the opposite of last week. The Cardinals, they had a good matchup versus the 49ers. Their offense could have been better, but their defense played great. And Cardinals are 5-0, the only undefeated team right now. And and because of that, and the Browns coming off a very close loss, I have the Browns winning. Then you got the Patriots versus Cowboys. Patriots offense couldn't score versus the Texans. The Cowboys defense have done well, leads the league in takeaways so far. And their offense is just explosive. I have the Cowboys winning. We got the Seahawks versus the Steelers. Steelers defense did very good against Bridgewater. Seahawks Steelers defense was good. It was great. Are going to be starting Geno Smith. Um, Seahawks defense and offensive line won't carry them, so I have the Steelers winning. Then we got the Buccaneers versus the Eagles. Tom Brady threw 5 touchdowns against the Dolphins. The Eagles came back in an ugly game versus the Panthers. They won though, but Buccaneers are just a very talented team, so I have the Buccaneers winning. And then you have the Bears versus the Packers. Bears had a very good win over the Raiders, and the Packers had an ugly win where the kicker missed like 3 field goals versus the Bengals, and they went into overtime. I still think Packers are gonna beat the Bears just because of their history, and the Packers, Aaron Rodgers does well against the Bears, so the Packers winning. They got the Giants versus the Rams. Definitely a trap game for the Rams. The Giants, they lost to the Cowboys. It wasn't that close near the end, but it was close near the middle. And Daniel Jones is hurt, and that Rams defense is just Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley's hurt. That Rams offense and defense should easily overpower the Giants defense and offense of the Rams winning. Then you got the Panthers versus the Vikings. Vikings had an ugly win over the Lions, where they barely won. And Panthers, they had an ugly loss versus the Eagles. They really should have had that game. Darnold threw like 3 touchdowns. I believe the Panthers will bounce back. They still have a very young defense and explosive offense. And the Vikings also have an explosive offense. This could be a very good game. I have the Panthers eventually winning.